What is up, guys? We are bringing you a review and some gameplay with the S-T3C Alpha at 7 stars today. It's going to be level 21, obviously not maxed out, but it should be a pretty interesting review, fun to play with, and we will be wearing the full Nightcrawler Spectre gear set. So we'll see how that goes, and we will jump right into it. Alright, we'll get a brief look at the stats here. You kind of saw them already in the previous segment, but, you know, low damage, decent rate of fire, you know, decent range for an SMG, and very portable. But we'll show you the gear real quick. We got the Nightcrawler Spectre mask. We might jump into a match. We are currently waiting in the lobby. Nightcrawler Spectre jacket. So 2-piece set plus 7% portability, and 3-piece set plus 20% protection against LMG. That's kind of interesting. Did that change? I feel like that might have changed. I feel like that was something else before. I could be wrong though. But off the bat, we're jumping into Raised Fort. This is ranked team deathmatch, so we will see how we can do. We do have a 7-star weapon, but you know, the defense is a little too low on the full Spectre gear set. I think I might have mentioned that. I did post, I think 2 videos ago from now, you saw basically the exact same setup, but so many games turned into launcher battles with this Chrome GL that I kind of just called that a Chrome GL review, and I didn't really want to call that the S-T3C Alpha review. Oh, we just got killed by a 4-star. What's up, Octavio11? Rocking the gun. So yeah, I just after those battles kind of turned into launcher battles, I just went ahead and recorded some more gameplay, trying to focus more on the SMG as opposed to just switching to my launcher all the time. You know, it's really hard to not. I mean, you can completely get by in ranks play with just a launcher. You know, that's also one of my video ideas. I have so many ideas for videos. Just I don't know. The more complicated they get, aside from just gameplay, they take a lot more work. So I don't know. So much easier to just throw on a setup and you know, do some gameplay and add some commentary than it is to do some, like, you know, testing perks on gear and you know, testing, you know, comparison of guns, like, you know, I don't know, just things like that. It takes a lot more work. You know, tips for ranks play, I know a lot of people are probably still looking for those. You know, I've mentioned it a couple times. You know, it just takes a lot of work to do videos like that. And we only got so much time. We're still a small channel, 700 subs. By the way, that's awesome. We just hit 700 subs, so let's keep it growing. But man, this frustrates me so much. These guys just sit in the corner. I mean, like, they're not really doing anything wrong. I mean, he's got an M349. It's the lowest portable gun in the game. At least the regular edition. The veteran is actually the fastest LMG in the game. Ooh, look at that. I don't want to turn it into a GL battle again though, so I'm gonna move up. But you know, I mean, you can't really fault him. He's got an M349. There's not much you can really do with that gun other than camp, but you know, it's just so hard with the low defense setup, and you know, not the strongest gun ever. I'm not gonna say it's a weak gun. I mean, we're rocking a 7-star gun. That's, you know, no small feat, right? There's not too many 7-star S-T3C Alphas out there, but you know, it's just hard to run in there and take the guy out. You know, especially on Raised Fort. You know, they can hide around that corner and protect themselves from being stunned. And look at, was that a spawn? That was really weird. Dexter JG seems to be our rival in this match. But anyways, I mean, we got 30 seconds left. Looks like we're gonna win the match, so at least we got that going for us. We'll see our score at the end. It's probably not gonna be great. Thought there was someone behind us. We were getting hit by something. But either way, we'll just be jumping into a new match as soon as this one is over, so gotta love those kills, man. Gotta love it. But yeah, I mean, I think this gun is a lot better than you're seeing in this video. I think the gear makes a big difference. Like right there, we should have got that guy. We should have been able to stay alive for like a second longer, and we would have been able to kill that guy. So 8, 8, and 2, you know, even, not bad. We got the victory. We got a couple assists. That should give us +4 points. Yep. I was about to say +4, and then I was like, wait, is that right? But looks like it's right. Got a weapon at the end. And our inventory is not full this time, so it goes, it just opens right away. But there are the pants. I showed you the headgear and the vest just to show you the pants real quick. So yeah, 3-piece set, 20% protection against LMG. I think we're gonna jump into a new match here, but I wonder if I have a picture of the Spectre pants. You might hear me typing on the microphone. Nightcrawler Spectre pants. Yeah, I guess it's always been plus 20% protection against the LMG. It's a little weird, but I guess that's the case. I just feel like I remember something different. Let's see if we can get this guy. There we go. It was a good kill. There we go. There's another kill. My recording was lagging a bit, so just had to restart it, but no issues. Should be seamless. See what we got going on here in Train Yard. Looks like some enemies running up to our left. I'm just going to run out and take this guy. That's risky because someone can spawn behind me and take me out from behind. Looks like we made it just fine though. Looks like they're still spawning in that back corner. A little awkward to get to. Not even sure where that guy was. I guess off to our left. That was weird. I didn't think he had a sight on us, you know. But whatever. See if we can launch something back there. You know, I've noticed playing with a lot of SMGs, pretty much any SMG other than that guy right there, the 7-star UNK CQB, whether Charlie or Nightcrawler, it's, you know, it's basically the same thing. It's the same gun at the end of the day. It's, you know, it's still the best gun in the game. You know, any other SMG, it's really hard to be aggressive and jump into spots like that, you know, like when people are sitting in the back behind that train car, like it's a little bit hard to just run up on people, you know. It's I don't know, I think SMGs, you know, in Afterpulse and whatever other contexts are kind of made for, you know, an element of surprise. You know, most video games, they're the most portable guns. I don't know what this guy's doing, lagging out. He just disconnected. But you know, they're always the most portable guns. They always have high fire rate, low damage type of, you know, attributes, and you know, I think they're more made for, you know, sneaking around and sneaking up on enemies as opposed to just charging straight at them. So, you know, I guess that kind of makes a lot of sense as I say that out loud, but it's just I don't know, it's something about when I equip an SMG, I feel like I'm in God mode. Like I feel like I can just run up, you know, up to anyone, up to anything, and just like take them out with the fire rate and just, you know, run up to them so quick. But that's really not the case. You really, you know, you're gonna get really good at playing with SMGs if you learn patience. You know, I think patience is the most important, you know, attribute, whatever skill to have when playing with an SMG and Afterpulse and a lot of other video games for that matter. But like right there, you know, I was chasing this guy down. I saw it was I Own You 2277. Shout out to him, by the way. But you know, I didn't have to chase him down. You know, I knew he had the parrot. You know, like there's so much more I could do different from a skill perspective, and you know, that's why, I mean, if I had a 7-star UNK CQB in that situation, would I have killed him? Yeah, probably. So, you know, people get into this debate, is this game pay to win, is there skill involved? And you know, it's both. There's tons of skill involved. I could have played that a lot differently. There's no reason I can't get that kill. But you know, if I did have a stronger weapon, you know, even by a little bit, you know, that probably would have been my kill. That would have made up for my lack of skill. So, you know, it's two-sided like that, you know. Let's see, ultimate range test, can't quite get him. We'll run up on him, he's pretty hurt. And we got the stun, should be no problem running up here. There we go. I love rocking concussions. These are just regular stuns, but like a regular concussion there. The concussions do damage as well as stun the enemy, so that would have been a kill with the stun, but 5, 6, and 2, not great at all. Once again, you know, this gun is nothing to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like cry for. Like, you know, don't break your back trying to get this gun. You know, I think actually I own you, I think, commented on I think my video yesterday from the time you're watching this one. I think he said, you know, I don't get what the hype is around this gun, and you know, my response was, I don't think there is a hype around this gun, you know. But you know, to be fair, I mean, sure, a handful of people have mentioned, you know, oh, I really want this gun at 5 stars, you know, max out a 6-star, whatever. And you know, I don't think it's, you know, the gun. I think you know, I mean, if you watched my KPM5 Nightcrawler video, I think, you know, that was a little better. And you know, I wish I had the ghost gear in this video. You know, that'd be interesting to I don't know, maybe 2-piece ghost set and light urban vest, or you know, something like that, just to bring your defense up, you know, because I mean, the defense is just a little low on this gear set. So you know, keep that in mind. It is, you know, a 7-star weapon paired with 5-star gear. You know, almost everybody, I think it's safe to say everybody who's using a 7-star weapon is going to be rocking 6-star gear, right? You know, the only other combination really is the ghost pants with the Spectre vest and the Spectre mask. I was about to say helmet, but you know, that could be a combination if you got the Nightcrawler UNK CQB. But you know, for the most part, once you have a 7-star weapon, I mean, it's almost certain that you have at least a few good pieces of 6-star gear, right? So you know, defense is a little low, and like I mentioned before, if you just, you know, a lot of the times I'm getting killed here, if I was able to stay alive for just a few seconds more, I'd be able to take the guy out, you know? Like right there, I probably could have kept shooting that guy for just a second longer, you know, probably could have took him out. I knew I was gonna die there, that's why I put my head down. Just slide away in shame. I saw an epic death the other day. It was really crazy. I think it was in the launcher event, actually. It was on close quarters too. Someone, I don't know, someone got launched. Obviously someone got killed by a launcher, and I mean, they just slid across the entire map, like from here, like straight to my left, like across the whole map, like horizontal, like the way I was just running, if that makes any sense at all. It's hard to explain without like drawing on the screen or whatever. But like from here to like where that enemy just ran from, like they slid on the ground all across there. It was really insane. I wish I got that on video. Maybe I'll record some launcher event coming up. That's really fun. You guys know, especially if you've been here a long time, for the couple months I've been around at least. Ultimate range test. Ooh, we can get him. There we go. That's not bad. That's not too bad for an SMG. It's got enough range to get by, it's, a lot of other SMGs. Sure, it might have higher rate of fire, it might have a little more damage, whatever, but they have lower range, so, I think S-T3C fits in there nicely. Always got to remind myself of the name, but, yeah, I think I was saying recording some launcher event, you guys know that, I'm a GL player. I love the GL, and, I had a lot of fun, played some launcher events recently, and, yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Did really good in some matches. A lot of other players did very good as well. Not trying to bring myself up at all, but I do enjoy playing with the GL for sure. So, I'll try to record a few of those. Only thing is, once you're playing it, you pretty much have to record it at that moment, because events don't fill up all that often, which is why I really hope, regardless of any possible hacks, mods, whatever, that the Android version of Afterpulse is cross-server. I really want these lobbies to start filling up. I think, if the trade-off for lobbies filling up is, some hacker, a group of 10 hackers being at the top of the leaderboard, whatever, 16 and 8 there, not bad at all, but Got 5 gold and 12 points. Got a veteran crate, see if we get anything. Nope, 3-star RS300, but you know, I would really like to see them be cross-platform, cross-server, whatever you call it, for the Android release. I think that would be amazing. But giving you another look at this weapon, 7-star S-T3C Alpha, 680 portability, the most portable primary weapon in the game. Standard durability, 300, you know, all the other stats, you can go over numbers all day. You see 3420 portability, I think it was like 6800 defense or something like that overall, 6949, there we go. And, you know, it's just a little low, just a little low on the defense, like I've been saying. You know, speaking of which, I've been using my Tiger gear lately, the full 6-star Tiger gear set. You know, if you call it the matching gear set, there's I guess Tiger you can like mix and match, you know, any star level and still get the bonuses. But all of the 6-star Tiger gear, and you know, it's a really good setup. I've been really enjoying it lately, you know. Let's see. It's about to get that cross map kill. Teammate didn't want it to happen. That's a pretty cool view of the weapon laying on the ground there. But let's see what we got going on here. We got another match. Not sure what else we'll do in this video. You know, we're already at like 15 minutes, going a little long here, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. I just might run out of things to say. Make it super awkward. But there's a good kill. There's another good kill. See if we can run up here. There's probably someone behind there. Yep. 4-star A500 Shamrock. Oh, by the way, I did just max out a 4-star A500 Shamrock. And speaking of maxing things out, there are the seasonal quests. They should be probably from the time you see this video. The seasonal quests will probably start in about probably like 2.5 hours from the time that this video is posted. So, you know, pretty much once this video is posted, they'll be available, we can pretty much say. Unless you're notification squad and you get here early. I don't know. I think that's the stupidest thing ever on YouTube. Everyone comments notification squad, so be sure to comment notification squad, because then we get more comments. I don't know. YouTube life. There we go. There's a GL kill. But I'm jumping all over the place. I swear I do not have ADD, but you might think I do. Speaking of maxing out weapons, the seasonal challenges, a lot of those challenges, which are very interesting, by the way, they require you to evolve weapons. I'm not looking at the game right now. I'm going to bring up some notes here. I actually have them here. So we got evolve weapon to 2 or more stars. So evolve 1-star weapons to 2-star weapons or something higher. But that's pretty easy. You have to do that 5 times. So you get 5 gold for that. I got a far end veteran, I got an AG10 veteran, and I got an MKL11A9 veteran. All 1-star, all maxed out that I can evolve. So I will be doing those. And then I gotta come up with 3 more. You know, it's not like it's hard to max out a 1-star and evolve it. So we got that one covered. Then I'm assuming these will be in order. Like once you do that, it unlocks the next tier. And so the next tier is evolve weapon to 3 or more stars, and you have to do that 4 times. So I do have a 2-star maxed MKR3 veteran. I think I have some other 2-star maxed veterans that I'm ready to evolve. Especially once I evolve those other 1-star veterans that I mentioned. Slowly building that collection. You know, I've had these guys for a while, maxed a lot of them out in a row, and everyone's like, dude, where are you getting these veteran weapons? And I have so many of them, and you know, it's just a matter of spending the time in training and dedicating my resources to upgrading and maxing those weapons, as opposed to like you know, maxing out my 7-star DMR 17, right? You know, it's like a trade-off, and you know, it's all part of my bigger strategy to build every weapon in the game. But Hopefully the game's doing alright. I'm not even watching it. Looks like we got like 10 seconds left. But then we got evolve weapon to 4 or more stars. We have to do that 3 times. And let's see our score real quick. 7, 11, and 0. That's pretty terrible actually. But looks like we're gonna keep going in this match, or in these matches, do another match or something. I'll show you my loadout one more time as we jump into the next match. But just to go over this list again, I have a 3-star maxed SMR 16 Bravo. I finally pulled another 3-star SMR 16 Bravo, so I will have a review on the 3-star maxed, and then I'll evolve that to a 4-star. Then I need to come up with 2 more 3-stars maxed to evolve to 4 stars. I actually have 2 3-star M349 veterans and 2 3-star KG18 veterans, so I will be maxing those and evolving those. Easy enough. That gets me those, and then the next tier is evolve weapon to 5 or more stars, and you have to do that 2 times. And so I mentioned my 4-star maxed A500. I guess I'll have to max another 4-star or higher weapon. Might as well do a 4-star. 4-star is easy enough. You can do that in one day, no problem, right? So we'll come up with another one of those. Then the next tier, there's 2 more tiers, bear with me, is evolve weapon to 6 or more stars. You have to do that 1 time. So I do have a 5-star maxed AC30 Nightcrawler. I've actually had that guy for like at least a week now, I'd say. You know, I had this guy. It was level 1 before this current Nightcrawler event, but I did have, you know, if you go back and watch my showing my inventory videos, I have had 4 5-star AC30 Nightcrawlers. You know, I burned any 4-star I got, just kept the 5 stars, just enough to make the 7, and didn't get any 6 stars unfortunately, so got to build them from 5 stars, but that's not bad. You know, you can't complain. At least it's not a, you know, it's an exponential amount more of work when you know, build a 7-star out of 4 5-stars compared to 8 4-stars, you know what I'm saying? So that's nice that we got the 5 stars, but I do have that guy maxed, so we will evolve that to a 6-star, and you know, I'm glad I waited. You know, I just didn't pull the trigger on it yet for some reason. I guess I just gotta review it and post it on my channel, but you know, I'm really glad that I waited, because now I can do that for the seasonal quests, and save me a lot of work in doing another one. But then we have evolve weapon to 7 stars times 1. So I think I'll have something for that. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna choose, but obviously, you know, we're gonna be in a lot of farming to max out another 6-star. You know, to this date, I think I still have only maxed 2 6-star weapons in Afterpulse. So, you know, and the last one I got so impatient with it, I burned 40 4-star weapons just to level it up. So, you know, we'll see if we can max out a 6-star. You know, I mean, it's not even worth it really, because you don't get anything special, and I mentioned this in the forums that there should be like a special bonus for completing all of the seasonal quests, because like these current seasonal quests, like, they require you to buy crates. You know, those are some of the other challenges. Maybe I'll go over if we have time. You know, they require things like that. Like, one of the challenges to build a 7-star weapon. Like, you know, seasonal quests go on for like 15 days. Like, yeah, you know, if you farm your butt off, that's enough time to make a 7-star, you know, out of pretty much anything. You can build it from like 3 stars in that amount of time if you farm like really hard. But, you know, most people don't have that time, and, you know, you only get like, I think it's like 30 gold, 40 gold to make the 7-star. So like that's not even enough for a crate. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, if you happen to be on the track to a 7-star, like, might as well finish it in this time frame and get an extra little bit of gold, you know? It's like, it's just a really weird choice on the challenges. But looks like we got about 30 seconds left. I'll just read the rest of the challenges. Power up a weapon 10 times. That'll be really easy. Power up a weapon 30 times. Very easy. Get Nightcrawler weapon crate from the shop times 1. Get Nightcrawler weapon crate from the shop 10 times. Then we get kills with Nightcrawler weapons in multiplayer 20 times, then 100 times, then 500 times, and then the last challenge is play team versus matches wearing Nightcrawler gear. I guess that's just multiplayer wearing Nightcrawler gear, but those are the seasonal quests. 9, 4, and 3 in this match. That is the 7-star S-T3C Alpha. You know, if you watch this far in the video, if you watch the whole thing, you are the real MVP. I genuinely appreciate the support. Let's keep this channel growing. Hopefully we can hit 1,000 subscribers pretty soon. Cannot wait for Afterpulse to come on Android. That just means, you know, from a personal gain perspective, you know, that means a lot more people watching these videos, you know, checking out my channel, things like that. But, you know, it also means a better experience for all of us if lobbies can fill up more and things like that. Maybe it'll force the devs to spend some time fixing bugs and, you know, upgrading the experience and all that. But there is the 7-star S-T3C Alpha. You know, it's good. It's not amazing, but it is good. It can certainly compete. That'll do it. And as always, I will catch you on the next video.